The whole of last year, even in the group, I wasn't coming out enough. Naked, I was pregnant for twins. I had a miscarriage the whole time.
Regardless of what is going on in her life, mentally stable or not, she was not in a position to sit there and say the things she said. It was not.
Welcome to Reality Check with Adaeze. Here I discuss reality shows, movies, trending topics, and topics I find fascinating. Today we are discussing Young, Famous, and African Season 3, Episodes 3 and 4. I have already done a video on episodes 1 and 2 and I'm going to link it in the description box. Now, all the episodes are out on Netflix. If you have watched all the episodes, please do not spoil it for the rest of us in the comment section. So episode 2 left us at the table at Kaylee's event where Zari and Annie were going at each other. So episode 3 starts up with the continuation of that event. Zari is really lighting up Annie's ass, and then Annie, seeking for backup, she turns to Swanky and is telling Swanky, are you just going to sit there and allow this happen? If you watch my previous video, I even said it there that, oh, so you know that you want Swanky to be in your corner, but you are the same person going ahead and bashing him to other people in the group. So which is it? Do you want Swanky in your corner, or is he a bad person? And Swanky also said the same thing, okay? And there's something I also noticed that, Swanky actually said later on. The way Annie was entitled to Swanky's defense, it shows that she's that kind of friend who is used to being defended by Swanky. So she just cannot fathom Swanky not defending her. Even when she has offended Swanky, it was kind of bizarre seeing how entitled she was, or she felt, towards Swanky's defense. It didn't make sense to me. And then Swanky turns to Fantana and asks Fantana, how was your lunch? How did your lunch go? Okay, so Fantana, that's the lunch Fantana had with Annie. And then Swanky goes ahead to confront Annie, like, you had so many things to say about me to Fantana, calling me a bad friend and a user and stuff like that. But right now you want to act like I'm supposed to be in your corner, like, make it make sense. And then Annie goes on saying that she's disappointed in her confessionals. She says she's disappointed in Fantana. I was like, hello sis. Annie loves to play victim, okay? Like, that one is a fact. Annie absolutely loves to play victim and she doesn't see where she goes wrong. She tried to make it look as if, oh, everybody was coming at her for no reason. It was just this innocent bystander, and then everybody just turns, and because they are intimidated by her personality or her person. I'm sorry to say, right, but I do not think that anybody at that table or anybody on the show is actually intimidated by Annie's personality. I don't think so. I don't even think they respect her. That's just the fact, okay? I don't think they actually respect Annie. The person that kind of had respect for her was Swanky, and then see how that went. For the rest of the ladies, I feel like most of them just feel sorry for Annie. Anyway, Annie goes at Swanky saying, oh, you lied about the voice notes to 1 billion people. First of all, Annie, do your maths, please. It cannot be 1 billion people. I know the show has views and stuff, but 1 billion people. She's going at Swanky saying, oh, you made my child question my character. I'm sorry, but if your child questions your character because of something that Swanky said, then it's more than just what Swanky said, okay? I don't think your children who live with you, who have known you all their lives, will question your character because of something that's just only because of something that Swanky said. So yeah, I don't know what Annie is really angry about. She keeps saying, oh, the voice note, there is no voice note, play the voice note. Swanky was on a call with Annie's manager, and then Annie's manager calls Annie without informing her that Swanky was on the call. That manager is actually shady, okay? Something was going on there. Now, I believe that call actually happened. I also believe that what Swanky said happened. Like, Annie actually bashed Swanky, not knowing that Swanky was listening in. I feel like when this thing came out last season, Annie knew for sure that it happened and she went ahead to apologize to Swanky. Now, in the aftermath of the show and them falling out and stuff like that, Annie then realizes that, oh, she's being bashed by so many people. People were seeing her as a bad friend, as a betrayer, as a terrible woman all round in other aspects as well. I feel like she then figured that voice note does not exist. So now, because that voice note does not exist, she wants to try and rewrite the narrative, okay, that maybe the call did not even happen at all. But even in her trying to rewrite the narrative, I noticed that she's not saying that call never happened. She's not saying I never said that. She's not saying that call never happened, you're just making everything up. She keeps saying the voice note does not exist. The voice note does not exist. Swanky played the voice note because she knows that voice note does not exist. So she's holding on to that, hoping that we're all stupid or we're all going to fall for her bull crap. But I'm sorry, nobody's falling for it, okay? Not you, not Swanky, not the whole world, not even people at that table, not even your friend Kefir or Kafir. I know that even her, she is not falling for it. So while Annie is still there going after Swanky, Zari is still on her ass, lighting it up. Zari is not letting her go. Zari is like, oh, you want Swanky to stand up for you? Swanky does not give an F about you. Swanky, nobody's here to defend you. You need to stand on your own. You need to take responsibility and stop playing victim. You are always playing victim, which is actually fact. She's always playing victim. And in the usual Annie fashion, she decides to leave the place because she feels like, oh, everybody's ganging up against her. Everybody's coming after her. It's unfair. It's not good. It's this, it's that. So she decides to leave. But at this point, Zari had already taken Swanky to the corner outside to just talk about things. You know, Swanky even got emotional, like he actually teared up, talking about how every time he's always defending Annie, and that if Annie had a problem with him, even after she had apologized and they had moved on, if she still had a problem with him, why is she not bringing it up with him? Why does she keep going around spreading all these things about him to people instead of confronting him if she still had an issue? And he was like, yes, that's why he now explained what actually happened, that it was a conversation that he was in on, and Annie knows that conversation happened. So why is she here now trying to form victim, right? And while they were there inside, after Annie had left, we had Kefil, Kaylee, and Fantana at the table. And then Kefil now turns to them and she's asking, what's up with Zari? Why did Zari answer her like that when she said, oh, can we have a moment of silence? And Zari is like, moment of silence, who died? No, but seriously, moments of silence, that what happened? Maybe what she meant was, can we all just try and be quiet? But the way she phrased it, you know, moment of silence now, when somebody dies and people, you know, we give respect by giving a moment of silence. So that was why she said who died. But anyway, Kefil goes ahead to say that she feels like Zari is fake and Zari is two-faced. Kaylee says no, Zari is not fake or two-faced. She was just in the heat of the moment and, you know, she lashed out at you. And yeah, I feel like that's what happened. I feel like in the heat of the moment, Zari lashed out at Kefi. However, I feel like she lashed out at Kefi because she does not really respect Kefi. Like, she doesn't really rate her like that. So that's why she lashed out that way. Because if you look at Zari's behavior, when she's with people that she likes and she rates, she's actually very respectful and pleasant. But she doesn't rate you, she just acts off. So Fantana now says, yes, you know, I'm on your side. I actually agree with you. That she was telling Kefil that I actually agree with you. Zari is rude and two-faced. So the next scene, we see Naked, Louise, and Diamond. They meet to do some off-road riding, right? Diamond can be funny, sha. When he came there, he was lamenting about, oh, he wore new Air Force Ones, he's wearing his white t-shirt. He didn't know that that's the kind of thing they were going to engage in. But the guys all meet up and they had fun. You know, when I was watching their scene, I was like, why can't the ladies have fun like this? Okay, when the ladies gather alone, why can't they have fun? Each time they gather alone, it is one beef, one conversation, one quarrel or the other, or something very emotional and sad. Why can't they just meet and just have fun? Right? Whenever they meet, the first 30 minutes, what's 30 minutes? The first 5 minutes, once they meet, they just start fighting. Like, can you just at least have fun first, then fight afterwards? But anyway, so the guys had fun. They did some off-road riding. So the men were having a conversation. Diamond was talking about how he met Shakib, that's Zari's husband. And then Naked asked Louise about whether he's going home or not, or is he staying back because of Kefi, right? And then Louise is like, no, nothing's happening between me and Kefi. I just like her and all of that. By the way, side note, I like the way Louise talks about the ladies on the show. To be honest, I love hearing him talk about the ladies on the show. He praises them so much. He appreciates women, okay? He appreciates women genuinely, not in a oh, I like her body, or she's just sexy kind of way. No, like the way he appreciates women's beauty and looks. I remember even when Zari was walking down the aisle, the way he talked about her, the way he talked about Kefi, the way he talked about even Fantana and Iniedo. He was really appreciative of them, aside just wanting something from them. Okay, so I really like that about him. So yeah, he just says that, oh no, there's nothing going on between him and Kefi. And next thing, Diamond is like, oh really, is she fine, is she this, as if he wants to enter there, like he wants to put his head there. Haven't you done enough? Haven't you done enough, Diamond? Like, what is it? Did they use woman to swear for you? Did somebody somewhere in your village concoct something that made you not have self-control in any way? Like, he has no self-control whatsoever. Once a woman is involved, he's just rest. So they ask Diamond, are you not with Fantana? Like, why are you asking about Kefi? Are you not with Fantana? Then Diamond now says, oh, they're just fuck buddies, they're just having fun, then nothing serious between them. Louis was like, okay, well, does Fantana know?
Aren't you guys together?
I know, we're just, fuck buddies. We're just, bed buddies.
Does she know that you guys are just playing around?
Ladies, they love having these feelings. The more this goes, the more they started taking things very serious.
Louis says he feels sorry for Fantana and he feels like talking to her, but because of the way their fight went, he's just going to say waka 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 waka. Meaning like, just don't worry, just go for it. Like, it's all well and good, like he's just going to stay away and just be like, if you like it, I love it for you. He's not going to interfere. So next, Kaylee and Zari meet up, and as usual, Zari is dressed to the nines. Kaylee is dressed down. She's in her sportswear. She was playing sports. Zari, that is going to meet her at a sports ground, is dressed like she's going for a dinner party. But she looks really good as always. And I love this scene so much because Zari took accountability for her actions and apologized to Kaylee very well. Okay, she apologized very well. She did not try to sugarcoat things. Even when she found herself saying, oh, we ruined your event, she now said, no, not we, I ruined your event. And I was like, good for you, sis. That's how you apologize. That's how you take accountability. And it shows that she's not being a hypocrite. Because unlike Annie, who will say one thing or who will want people to do one thing but doesn't want to do the same thing, Zari, as much as she was saying that Annie refuses to take accountability, she took accountability for her own actions. Fantastic. Kaylee goes ahead to bring up what Kefi said about Zari being two-faced. And then Zari was like, why would she call me two-faced? That's not the word she's supposed to use. What she means is that I'm actually blunt. Like, I just say it as it is. I don't sugarcoat it. I don't sugarcoat things, or I don't hide things. So she shouldn't have used the word two-faced. But she was like, you don't even know me and you're already judging me that way. So naturally, the conversation goes to Annie as well. And they're talking about how Annie is actually going through something. Kaylee was the one saying it, that Annie is going through something. Like, she can tell that Annie is going through something. Then Zari is like, oh, yes, I know she's going through something, but whatever you're going through, even if it is being mentally unstable, right? Like, it doesn't give you a right to come at me and my family because you protect your family. Annie, is very protective of Tubaba and her kids. Like, nobody you don't allow anybody go there when it comes to your own family. So why are you coming for that aspect of my life unprovoked? I actually genuinely invited you to my wedding trying to get to know you better. Why did you come to my wedding if you have issues with me, or if you're not going to come there and just act civil? And Zari actually has a very good point. Why are you coming for my family? Why are you saying things about my family, knowing that if the same thing were to be done to you, you will cry from morning till night and you will be playing victim up and down, but you are comfortable doing it to another person? But aside that, on a serious note, there is something going on with Annie. In my comment section yesterday, I had some people say, oh no, Annie is just acting. Annie is not acting, you guys. Annie is not acting. Even the cast are saying the same thing. And I specifically pointed out where Zari said mentally unstable, because that is what it seems like when it comes to Annie. So we are not just the ones seeing this. The cast themselves are seeing this. So don't come and be telling me she's just acting. She's an actress. She's just trying to bring drama. I understand that there is some acting to it. But when she's behaving, you guys know what I mean now. There's a way Annie is behaving like somebody who is on something, right? We know that behavior when we see it. So that part of her, I don't think that part is acting. But yeah, some of the things she does might just be exaggerated for the plot, right? She's just doing it for the plot. I understand that part. But there is something fundamentally wrong with Annie. Let's stop sugarcoating it and trying to cover it up just because she's bringing drama, okay? Like, if that's where your sister, if that were your family member behaving like that, I don't think you'll be trying to, cover it up or trying to laugh it off as, oh, she's just acting. There's something wrong somewhere, and I hope she gets the help that she needs, because it is not normal behavior. I don't know how else to explain this. Every other person on the cast are messy. It's not only Annie that is messy. Every other person there is being messy in one way or the other. Even Naked, who is like the funny guy, he's very funny. He has a very nice personality. But even him, he has his own way of being messy as well. So the messiness is not the issue, right? Zari is very messy. Nadia, Fantana, they are all very messy. The messiness is not the issue. What we are referring to is Annie's mannerisms, okay? Her mannerisms and the way something is not clicking. I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? Something is not clicking. She's drawing parallels where there are none. Speaking of Annie, the next thing we see Annie go to meet Naked, to talk about the event and all of that and what happened. And I remember in the last scene, Kaylee was even saying that, why is Annie going to meet my boyfriend instead of coming to meet me, who directly invited her for this event, and things went haywire. Why are you not coming to meet me? Why are you going to meet my boyfriend? But to be honest, I understand Annie going to meet the guy, because at this point, Annie feels like every other person is on one side, every other person is ganging up against her, including the Kaylee herself. So I understand why she might want to go to Naked instead. But I see Annie as somebody who is always quick to run to the guys and play victim and shed crocodile tears and do all of that, and the guys will always take her side or always try to be nice to her, so they might not really tell her the truth. Okay, I feel like the only person who would have told her the truth is Swanky, and look at how that went. So she met up with Naked. She was telling him about the event and how, they all ganged up on her, like it was so bad, it was this, what did I do to the group? What did you do to the group? Are you asking what you did to the group, Annie? That part was just weird to me. Like, is this the drama part, or does she genuinely not know what she did to the group? Because tell me why you are coming at everybody, and then when they confront you about what you said, you start denying it, or you start trying to make it look as if they are being shady. Like, make it make sense. You are being shady. Own it. Just own it. Like, that's why I like Zari. Zari owns her own. I mean, when I say I like her, I don't mean I like her like that. But, when it comes to the drama she brings to the show, she owns her drama very well. She's not playing victim. She will tell you the one she said, in fact, she will even add extra. Annie is not keeping it 100, and that's what makes her own quite unpleasant. She needs to keep it 100. Anyway, they go ahead to talk about how, last year when she wasn't, Annie was telling Naked that when she wasn't coming out for events and stuff with the group, it was because she had a miscarriage. She was pregnant with twins and she had a miscarriage. And I felt bad for her, to be honest, because having a miscarriage is not something that you want even your enemy to experience. It's actually a very painful experience, and she even lost twins, so 2 kids at once. It's really, really sad. Okay, but again, as much as that is true, as much as we feel bad for Annie for that, as much as we wish her well and we hope that she heals from it and she gets better, and if she's trying to have more kids, I hope she's able to have her kids, right? As much as that is true, it does not make what she does on the show good. It does not make it right, causing all this drama, chaos, and being a bad friend, and then when things don't go your way, you now have to bring up your personal trauma. Okay, and again, I still feel bad for her, and even Naked felt really bad for her. Like, I felt sorry for her, to be honest, at that point, because she's been a victim of more than just circumstances. She's been a victim of herself as well. So you have this bad thing that happened in your life, and then instead of you to just come out clean, or you don't even need to come out and tell the whole world, at least tell 1 or 2 people or explain to people what's going on with you, you are coming and you are hurting other people, and you expect them not to react because something happened in your life that they don't even know about. Okay, so again, yes, what happened to her is really, really bad, but at the same time, she needs to understand that the world does not owe you sympathy or perpetual sympathy when you are actually hurting people. It doesn't work that way. So on a lighter note, the next scene, Naked brings everyone together to a skating rink, and they're all dressed in old school disco outfits. They looked really good. They looked really nice. I loved Zari's outfit especially. In fact, all of them looked really good, to be honest. And they all met up, and for the first time in a long time, they actually had fun. Annie was not there from the beginning, also Kaylee, but Kaylee came in at some point. But they actually had fun. They were laughing, they were falling, they were trying to skate, they were teasing each other. It was really, really fun. Even though at the beginning, Zari, as usual, she didn't even wait again in the first 10 minutes. In fact, less than 10 minutes, Zari was telling Kefi that she heard what she said about her at the event, but that she actually apologized even at the event, but maybe Kefi did not hear it because of all the ruckus, okay, but that she actually apologized there and that she's not two-faced. I like the fact that she was blunt about it and she apologized. Did she apologize? She didn't apologize again, but she mentioned that she apologized before and they tried to let it go. In her confessional, she said, she doesn't really care about Kefi and all of that. And Kefi in her confessional said she still thinks, like, basically their opinions of each other did not change. They're just pretending to be cordial, which is fine. While they were skating, at some point, Louise fell and Fantana went to help him up. She said she felt bad about how she went at him, before. So she was just trying to be nice and, just be nice with him, okay? So she helped him up. At this point, Annie came in, and again, Annie came in already acting like, me, I don't want wahala. But you want wahala. Me and you know that you want wahala. But she's like, me, I don't have time for anything. Me, I don't want, I'm just here I'll just stay for a few minutes and just then, talk with him and I'll keep my mouth shut and just laugh, blah, 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 blah. Like, me and you know that you want drama, sister. Okay, it's fine. I actually don't mind the drama. It's just that sometimes, yeah, it gets to a different level, but I don't mind the drama. At some point, Zari said she felt bad, so she reached out and held Annie's hand and, basically asking Annie if she's good. And she apologized to Annie as well. And that part was a little bit emotional. To be honest, when it comes to Annie is very emotional. It's like at the drop of a hat, she's almost about to cry. She's holding back tears. She's choking up. Her voice is getting raspy. She's whispering. She's tearing. Like, Annie is very emotional. And I feel bad for her again. However, we don't owe you perpetual pity, okay? At some point, you have to acknowledge that you are adding to the problem, okay? But it went well. They now started apologizing to each other. Like, everybody was now apologizing to each other. Fantana apologized to Louise and said she was sorry about how she came at him, and it was all good, all dandy, all love and light, and it was pleasant. Swanky even apologized to Kaylee for the issues they had, and Annie was like, I don't know what is going on here. Like, really? Are you kidding me? Annie, Kefi is now asking Annie, like, so you don't want peace? Because Kefi was saying that she needed to talk to Annie about what's happened because there's a way she saw the things that happened. I'm sure anybody who is logical, okay, if you want to tell yourself the truth, if you watch the exchange that happened, you know that Annie too was at fault, to a large extent. So Kefi, I liked the fact that Kefi could admit that the way things went were not really good. So she was now asking Annie, so you don't want peace. And I said, no, look at the way they ganged up on me. It's not good. I can do one-on-one, but 1, 2, 3 people facing me, it's not fair. It's unfair. But at this point, Swanky couldn't just stand it because he was overhearing that conversation and he was like, he's not here for this. He doesn't want any negativity. So he stood up from there and left. So next, Nadia and Fantana meet up to catch up with each other, and Fantana is telling Nadia that she has missed her period. She thinks she might be pregnant. Now, let me tell you guys something, okay, before we get into all of this rubbish. I don't know why I feel like this whole scene, this whole pregnant, not being pregnant is just for drama's sake, because it makes no sense whatsoever. But even if there's a genuine pregnancy scare, are you trying to tell me that you were doing things raw with Diamond, knowing the kind of person Diamond is? Is you stupid? Like, is you dumb? I don't get it. Now, Fantana, she says she's 26, okay? 26 is not a baby. I'm sorry that it has 2 in front of it does not make you a baby. 26, in my own opinion, is a grown-ass woman. Please stop playing those games. Stop talking like you are 16 or 17. You are 26. Your mates have 5 children already. I'm just joking. No, but seriously, at 26, let's stop saying, oh, she's young, she's this, or she's not saying, oh, I'm now grown because I'm 26. Hey, you've been grown for a while. You've been grown for at least 3 or 4 years. Like, come on, sis, come on. Even if you've been doing it raw, don't you know what birth control is? Let me tell you guys something. It is either this is all drama for drama's sake, or Fantana wants to latch onto Diamond because according to what they said, he has money. Okay, I don't know much about his portfolio, but anyway, it seems like Fantana wants to latch on to him, maybe, but it just doesn't make sense. Anyway, we get on to episode 4 now. So while they are still there, Nadia is like, don't tell me you are pregnant with Diamond's baby. Do not tell me you are pregnant. Like, how? What do you mean? I'm going to call Swanky. To be honest, I like the fact that Swanky is someone that has that kind of relationship with these ladies, okay? From the way they were speaking, you could tell that these ladies actually respect Swanky, okay? I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Swanky, but I feel like he's a good friend. He's kind of person that really has your back. Like, when he wants to have your back, he can have your back. Okay, that's how I see Swanky. So, because if you notice, all the ladies are actually cool with Swanky. Like, you don't have any, but it's only Annie that is not cool with him. And even in Annie's case, she's the offender as far as I'm concerned. So, I like that fact about Swanky. But generally, if we even look at things, most of the guys on the group are actually good to the women except Diamond, okay? Diamond acts like he's good with the women, but he's not a good person, okay? So the conversation moves from Fantana and her phantom baby with... because I don't believe she's pregnant. Fantana and her phantom baby with Diamond to Nadia, okay? And Nadia is in tears. She's not happy. You know, she lost AKA. I think they filmed this, you know, around that time. You know, she's actually struggling. From what she says, she's struggling. She's really going through it. Then Kanye now arrives with flowers. She said Nadia called her, and you know, she just knew that Nadia was not good, so she came to see Nadia. She came with flowers. Kanye, you need to ease up on the bleaching cream. You are about to become transparent. You need to drop that cream. I'm sorry, like, I couldn't just get past her skin tone. She doesn't look good. Yeah, but she's there for her friend. You know, she's telling her you need to learn to sit in silence. You need to embrace the silence. You know, Kanye actually gave her good advice. Yeah, you need to just accept things and just sit in silence and be okay with yourself. And just find that strength to move on, because to be honest, I can't even imagine what she's going through. It's really, really sad. Not only did she lose the love of her life, the way she lost him is actually quite because he was shot in public. If we even check, I'm sure she's also dealing with fear too, because seeing him go that way, you'll be scared for your life too. At some point she was even on suicide watch. It was really sad. For that whole scene was really sad, because they were all tearing up. I was doing my eye makeup at that point and I was tearing up. I was like, not now, I need to glue my lashes. You know, they were really tearing up. It was so emotional. It was so sad. But yeah, on a lighter note, the conversation now goes back to Fantana and her pregnancy. Nadia tells Kanye that Fantana is pregnant, and Kanye takes her phone immediately and calls Swanky. Even though they told her don't call Swanky, that's the first thing she did. She called Swanky and told Swanky, and Swanky is like, you better be joking, you cannot, where's the marriage, where's the ring, where's the proposal, what are you talking about? Like, nah. So we see Zari and her husband talking about Diamond, and him saying that Zari wanted to have a baby with him through surrogate. Zari's husband Shakib is like asking her again whether it happened, and she is denying it. She said it did not happen. She said that Diamond is just looking for a way to play with his emotions, that it did not happen. So it is Louis's turn to host the group, and he takes them to a game reserve. He says these city boys and girls need to, you know, come out and see the animals and just, you know, stay with nature and all of that. So Kefi arrives. She says she wants to enjoy herself. She really needs that break, but she's looking all sad because she's going through stuff with the guy she's separating from. So she's separating from her husband, and from what I gathered, they had a traditional wedding where he like paid her bride price and stuff, but things did not work out and they are separating. So she was looking really sad there. Louis even, you know, hugged her and tried to comfort her, you know, but she was just looking and acting a bit off. Zari and Shakib arrive, and then Louis hugs Zari in a very tight and lingering way. They try to play it off like, oh, they're just friends. Zari saying, oh, I see him as a younger brother. That was just a normal friend hug. But me, I was like, okay. But everybody there was like, that's disrespectful. You need to be mindful because she's now a married woman. And even Shakib was kind of offended. Not so offended, but he was like, nah, that's a bit too much. So he even called Louis to the side to tell him that, oh, she's a married woman now. You have to, you know, be mindful of how you hug her or how you act around her. And Louis was offended, saying, oh, what do you mean? Why are you saying that? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think something will happen? And Shakib was like, he doesn't know. Then Louis was like, oh, that means you don't trust your wife, and that means you don't trust me. I'm really disappointed, blah, 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 blah. Leave the woman alone, okay? You don't have to be hugging her like that. I don't think there was anything between them. I'm not even suspecting them or anything, but I'm just saying, like, respect yourself. It's not that hard. Like, you can hug her respectfully and move on. So while they are all gathered, Kefi starts crying again about the situation, saying that she's getting messages from him and the guy is just stalking her and he's just trying to control her every move. Zari says she can relate and Zari is really consoling her. However, Zari makes a joke about how we are not returning the cows. We are not returning those cows. We need to keep the cows as insurance. Now the next day they are heading to the safari, or they're on the safari. Zari is asking Kefi to talk more about her situation with her husband, like she wants to understand what happened, how long have you guys been together, because she herself, she went through it with her first husband, that the guy was stalking her. I think she was with the guy for 11 years. By the way, you guys corrected me in the last video that she was married only once to that guy, so she has been married twice. She wasn't married to Diamond. I'm sorry, I did not know. I thought she was married to Diamond. Sorry, Egbami, I beg. She was married to the guy for 11 years according to her, and then when she left the guy was stalking her, like literally stalking her, like hiding under tables. And I was like, hello, that's not normal. That's mental illness. Like, what do you mean that you're hiding under tables stalking your ex-wife? So she was trying to understand more of Kefi's situation, what happened with Kefi. But Zari, in her usual Zari fashion, she was probing too much. And not only probing, the way she was asking those questions, it actually sounded shady. Because she was like, oh, were you with the guy for like 5 years and stuff? I feel like she knows Kefi was not with the guy for 5 years. So Kefi goes ahead to say, no, I just met him, you know, a year before in December. The guy was married and he wanted a second wife. And then Zari was like, why would you want to settle for being a second wife, as beautiful and successful as you are? Is it because of the money? Is it because of social media? Is it because of the lifestyle? Zari is asking the hard-hitting questions, okay? So I'm not even going to force her, but, you know, for the sake of the plot, she's doing well, but in real life, you are doing too much. Zari now says, oh, social media is saying that you did a photo shoot with cows because you were just trying to elevate yourself and make it, and, you know, like, basically you're doing it for clout, saying that you are married and that you are the one that bought yourself the ring, and that people are saying that sometimes you even forget to wear the ring. So Kefi was now saying that she was feeling sorry for Zari before, like, not feeling sorry, she was trying to connect with Zari. But apparently not. Zari is showing her true colors. But she goes ahead to say that she does not owe anybody any explanation. It's her life. She's not making things up. Now, the next scene is a bit confusing to me, because tell me why Swanky is bringing up Fantana's phantom pregnancy, okay, or, you know, the fact that Fantana might be pregnant. Why is he bringing it up there with Kefi and Zari, and I think Naked was there as well? Like, I thought they were your friends, but apparently to me, I feel like maybe it was production that nudged them to have the conversation, and they're talking about how can she be pregnant for Diamond, that it's not going to be nice. Swanky was saying, we're from West Africa and there's a way things are done in West Africa. Then in the other car we see Fantana with Nadia and Luis, and who else? Yeah, they were having that conversation as well. Fantana was saying, she might be pregnant, she's not sure. Nadia was trying to make her understand that Diamond is not being serious with her, or is not being straight with her, at least, that he's been a liar, that he actually has a girlfriend. Luis was like, he feels sorry for Fantana, but he's not gonna say nothing. He's gonna keep everything he has to say to himself. Again, I rolled my eyes at all the talks of, I might be pregnant. Like, girl, just take the test, okay? Like, how much is pregnancy test? Pregnancy tests are very easy to come by. Just take the test and let it rest, okay? So it's either you're pregnant or you're not. Now, finally, Swanky is introducing us to Iniedo. Oh my goodness, I really loved seeing her. Iniedo is so pretty. They did her dirty with the frontal, okay? They did her really, really dirty with the frontals, but Iniedo is such a beautiful lady, and she carries herself with such, she's not stuck up, but she's not on your level, okay? She's not your mate, but she's not stuck up. That's how I see her. So she introduced herself as a filmmaker, an actress, a producer, and all of that. And she's here to just vibe with the group and just make new friends and see what's going on. So after she freshens up, Ini goes to meet up with Swanky, and she's asking him about the group, and then finally asks him about Annie. Where is Annie? And then Swanky tells her about everything that went down between him and Annie, and Ini kind of feels bad because she sees Annie as her sister because they come from the same village and they're friends and all of that. So she doesn't just see her as a friend, she sees her as a sister, and she's also very close to Swanky. Swanky styles her a lot, so I'm sure she feels bad that her two people are having issues, right? But she's ready to mingle with the rest of the group. Swanky invites her for Diamond's event. Diamond has an event coming up, so he invites her for it, and she says yes, she's going to be there. Then we now see Fantana going to meet up with Diamond to ask Diamond about whether he likes her or whatever, whether he to be honest, Fantana annoys me a lot when she's with Diamond. When she's not with him, I actually like her, but when she's with Diamond, I feel like pulling her by the ears and being like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? But she says that she might be pregnant for Diamond, and she wants Diamond to be in her corner in her life because she wants her child to have a father. So as much as they might not be serious, she just doesn't want to push Diamond away. Okay, sis. When she tells Diamond that she might be pregnant, Diamond is not even shook by the whole thing. He's not even like, oh, are you serious? He's like, oh, fantastic. That guy is not normal. I tell you guys, the guy is not normal. He's like, wonderful, fantastic, you're going to be having a mini-me. I was like, that's not the reaction I was expecting. I was expecting him to be like, really? Oh my goodness, I didn't know. Like, oh, no. Why? Are you sure? He's like, he's very happy. He's welcoming the idea. He's even saying, he's going to tell them at his event. He's even going to announce like a baby shower or something. I was like, what is happening here? Like, I just did not get it. But I understand Fantana to an extent where she's saying that, she's acting like a fool just so that she can have Diamond in her corner. But at the same time, like, why are you settling for this bullshit? Like, I'm trying to say that she's more than that, but maybe she's not, okay? Sometimes we just see somebody and we expect more from them that they actually can offer. So I feel like we're expecting too much from Fantana. Maybe that's her level. Maybe that's what she's okay with. And that's fine, okay? Everybody needs to rest, okay? Including Nadia. I'll get into that. But including Nadia and whoever else is worried for Fantana, you all need to rest. Just take a chill pill and remove your mind from it, okay? If she likes it again, what do I always say? If you like it, I love it. So like I said, Nadia is very mad at Diamond, saying that, Diamond is playing with her friend. Diamond is a liar. Diamond, on the other hand, is saying, what's your business? Why are you interfering? Like, who are you to be policing what I do with Fantana? Okay, and I kind of agree. Okay, if you talk to your friend doesn't want to have sense. Auntie, move on now. You don't need to start fighting. There's no point fighting your friend's battle. They are both grown adults. Okay, they're both grown. Forget that this one is saying I'm just 26. They are both grown. So they are old enough to decide for themselves if that is what they want or not. Okay, you go and focus on your focus. And she carries that anger with her to Diamond's event. Even at his event, she greets him, but she's frowning at him. She's really like eyeing him. Anti-rest, give it a rest. Kefi walks in and meets Diamond for the first time. She says she wants to know what Diamond is about because she has been hearing so much about him. And Diamond is there looking at her like fresh meat. Like he's not even hiding it. He's looking at her like real fresh meat. Then Louis comes inside. He's not really sure what's happening. Then Iniedo comes with Swanky and she meets the good. She looks really good. They all look really good. So while she's there, they're all having conversations. Nadia is asking her whether she's married, whether she has a child. So she says, oh, she's not married, she's not with the father of the child, she just has a daughter. And Nadia is not like, so where is the father? Like, tell us, where is the father? You could just tell that she's like, what's all this? But she was like, oh yeah, she had a child through surrogate because she was getting older. She wanted to have a child and she wasn't having any meaningful relationships. So she decided to go and get a child through a surrogate. And Louis, he lights up at the conversation of surrogates. I don't know why the guy is so much after having a surrogate, especially since he's not that old and he's dating. Like, why do you want to have a surrogate? But he was really excited. He says she doesn't regret her decision. She loves it. She's happy that she made that decision to have a child, through a surrogate because she was going through infertility. She couldn't carry babies. So while they are having that conversation, Zari and her hubby are there. I forgot to mention that Zari and her hubby were there for the event, right? So Shakib says he wants to ask Diamond the question about the surrogate having a child thing that he said Zari said she wanted to have a child with him. He wants to ask Diamond about it. So he takes Diamond outside to the side and asks him again because he said that he had asked Zari about it and Zari had denied it. So he's asking him again, to say the truth. Did it really happen? And he's like, it happened. Go and call Zari, So Shakib goes and calls Zari and is asking Zari again what happened. Zari is now saying that the conversation happened, but she was just saying that she was trying to have a child through surrogate, not that she wanted to have the child with Diamond. Okay? Now, what is my verdict? In this whole story, okay, there is some truth to everything everybody is saying. I believe that Zari had said she would like her children to all come from the same father. I don't know why I feel like I can remember such a conversation in season 1. I feel that way. I might be wrong, but I feel like I can remember such a conversation. However, I feel like even though she said that, she had no intentions of actually having a child with Diamond, but she just said she would like to have all her children from the same father, but she's considering having a child with her new husband through surrogacy. Okay, Zari is saying that it wasn't a misunderstanding, that Diamond is trying to get into Shakib's head, and if he allows it, then that's his business, because it's a case of he said, she said, and whose side are you going to take? But anyway, it is all well and good. They finish with that conversation and they go and join the rest of the group. They are at the table and Diamond is saying, oh, he just brought them all together, he's appreciating all of them, he loves all of them. This guy Naked was like, who do you love more out of all of us? Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, initially when they first came in and Diamond was giving a toast, he even gave a toast to babies. He said to business, to love, to happiness, to this, and to babies. And everybody was like, huh? Babies? Which babies? Ooh, hold up. Anyway, while he's still giving his second toast at the table, Nadia just could not let things go. And she's asking Diamond, what about your girlfriend? And Diamond is like, which girlfriend? What are you talking about? And then Fantana, who sent you to go and be adding your mouth? Like, I understand you not wanting it to become a big issue, but why are you defending Diamond there? Santana was defending Diamond, saying, oh, she's just his artist. Sister, keep quiet, keep your mouth shut. I'm not saying that you should go against Diamond or you should blast Diamond. If you don't want to blast Diamond, that's your freaking business, but can you at least keep quiet while your friend is going at him? Because at that point, Fantana was now trying to make it look as if Nadia was doing too much, even though she was doing too much, I admit, but she's your friend and you know that she's trying to defend you. At least just keep quiet, even if you don't have any thing to say, like to come to, if you don't agree with your friend, at least just keep quiet. Even Swanky was adding his mouth. I don't know why Swanky was trying to defend Diamond as well. He was trying to say, oh, that it was a music video, it was a this, it was a that, it's the blogs, it is that. And Nadia was saying, no, I know what I saw. It is not the blogs. You were kissing a girl in your stories. You have a girlfriend and she's in your house, she's breaking plates. You actually do have a girlfriend. Swanky tries to pull Fantana and Diamond to the side to have a conversation with them, and Nadia now got angry. She was like, what do you mean? Why are you trying to pull them out of here? So I'm the one that's just talking rubbish here. Am I the only one that is sane in this group? Like, what is wrong with all of you? So she got angry and she storms off because she can't take it, and she's saying she can't be friends with people that are this dumb. And that was it for episodes 3 and 4. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, please, and I'll see you all in my next video, which is Real Housewives of Lagos first, and then I'll cover episode 5 and 6. Okay, thank you so much. I'll see you all. Bye.
Like the whole of last year, even in the group, I wasn't coming out enough. Naked, I was pregnant for twins. I had a miscarriage the whole time.